Welcome to my show, Athena Autistic Artist College. Merry Christmas. Some people, they stay home for Christmas and they will do things with friends before the holidays. And that's how they enjoy their Christmas time. Telling the stories, what's going to occur to the autistic person. You could write a story, and that's social stories, and explain the steps, what's going to happen. You can use picture communications, taking pictures, where are you going? These are all helpful tools for your loved ones who's on the autism spectrum. Sign language is also a visual tool for communication. You can say dinner time, or time to eat dinner, or more. And it says please. You can say water. You can say drink water. So all those are sign language. I have my own Christmas at home with my daughter. It's a beautiful time together. She enjoys opening up her Christmas gifts. And with my film teacher, we're going to film her so she could be part on the set. And she enjoys doing that. She put some ornaments on the tree, and she already opened one of her Christmas gifts. She received 4 wooden horses, ornaments, and each one has a different color. And we captured that moment when she hanged it on the Christmas tree. So people do things differently, and that's their own style, how they like to celebrate their Christmas. You could take drives, you could look at the Christmas lights. Some houses, they decorate it. Some have more than others. Go by the water. That sometimes it could be very relaxing and calming. So I wrote a poem called Encouragement. It's about a father learning about his son, and they both got diagnosed on the autism spectrum. Encouragement. God's eternal love for me, extremely precious. God sending me a beautiful gift, a baby, teaches me things. Be a father, to see in pictures, visualizing me through his eyes. Enormous responsibilities, my baby, you are constantly on my mind, waiting for your arrival. My baby boy was born, listening to the sounds of his cries. I cradle my son in my arms, connecting our love, expressing my emotions, overjoyed. Touches my heart of soul, teary eyes, visualizing your growth, milestones you have accomplished, my son. I'm always proud of you. Exciting news to see you first time, my son sitting upon with no support. Hearing my son's laughter, he's holding on, standing grounded, taking his first steps, falling down. Two in my father's spoken words of encouragement. Accomplishments his goals, smiles of pure joy emerges upon his face, laughter of happiness, repeatedly trying. Father's love, loving his son beyond wisdom, a beautiful moment. Recollection memories, replays in the room of my mind. Years has gone. My son, he's 4 years old. He's amazing wisdom, with numbers, count from 1 to 100, reciting alphabets, forward and backwards, becomes a part of his routines. My child is inquisitive and gifted. My son and I was diagnosed on the autism spectrum. Autistic son and autistic father holding hands, aiming through life, learning together with mutual understanding, without spoken words or finding our voice. I I enjoy communicating through puppet play with my son, listen to stories while my father reads to me. Consistency is a key, opening the doors of opportunities, flourishing. I am a gifted poet, standing grounded, who I am, who my son is, be observant. So that is a beautiful story about an autistic father and an autistic son. That's his experience. I am a poet, and this is my poem. I am wise. The emotions on waves, floating away, detaching ourselves from negative words. We arise above, knowing that we are stronger. The worries about the future learn to express the feelings. We act impromptu scenes of growth, babies to adults. The other growth through communication and the wisdom that connects to it. I am wise. Egret flying rapidly, similar to Athena. Egrets are beautiful, portraying autistic characteristics, photographing sceneries. Mother and daughter writing poetry, painting, songwriting, playing piano, creating stories, drama, meditation, energy, and reciting affirmations. Athena is my love, loving my daughter, feeling her inner self, my inner self, within my body. Lovely scenes, be observant, our conversations, our words spoken in silence, connecting our stories beyond our wisdom, powerful energies connecting our souls emotionally, floating on the river stream. That's mother and daughter poem. And this is mother and daughter poem, Rainbow. My daughter paints on wood pieces, and we put it onto canvas boards. So rainbow. Athena's painting the wood piece, colors of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. While she is painting, she feels beautiful. The rainbow brings different colors into her life. Can't carry February. Can't carry February. You can't carry love that's fulfilling our heart, that touches our soul. Memorizing, beautiful view. Be observant, the sounds of rain twinkling down the waterfall connects on river stream. Be observant, noticing words floating, connecting words. Christmas time. Hearing the music, sounds of Christmas, beautiful melodies, currently replaying my own original songs. In the room of my mind, I sing on Christmas time. Happiness wrapped in packages on display. Under the Christmas tree, slowly unwrapping package my gifts. I am a storyteller. I am creating artist. Inside the new box, words, stories within, finding my voice, who I am. Wrapping paper. The colors are pretty patterns of square. I like solid Christmas colors, red, green, silver, and gold. Also patterns of squares, stripes. I like seeing snowmen on gifts. Brings me joy in my heart. Viewing Santa unwrapping paper. Brings smiles of laughter. Happiness feels like home. And that's a mother and daughter home. The room within my mind. Curtains open slowly in the room within my mind. Constantly replaying, sees the photos, visuals within module steps. Athena's abilities in the arts shines through. Outcome of her progress, the smiles of her happiness. Odyssey of creativity is a beautiful thing. Blissful love, loving herself. I am proud. I am safe. I am gifted. I am blessed. Learning, read the time, reciting numbers, connecting to her routines, programs, establishing wisdom in our new home. Circle of safety, open doors in our mind. stepladder to success, strolling on water scenes, walking on boardwalk, riding waves of emotions, words floats on waves, warmth sunny day shines upon me, raises, watches, aches away, viewing on a boat ride, riding in nature, blissful sceneries, photographing memories, reminding me our journey within life, learning God's lessons plans, teaching, connecting energies, ambling hand in hand, building our stepladder to success. Those are my poems, and I read my daughter's mother and daughter poems. And it's another form of communication. So if your autistic daughter or autistic son who has limited language or is nonverbal, if you take their words and in the phrase they spoke, and you could add your own lines, or you could add anything about your child, it brings a new form of communication and brings out new stories. And it tells who your child is and who you are, and doing things together is just a new way of doing things through communications. It's amazing. And I've been, writing poems with her for over 10 years. If you're having a new baby, you're waiting for arrival, to share that if your baby do not speak 2 words or more in a sentence by age 2, they could get support in speech services. Sometimes they might lose onset language before 2 years old. So these are the different steps in knowing if your child has autism. You can look it up, different milestones. Now they have everything written down that you can learn about 1 month old or 6 months old, the baby, that tells you the different steps for autism. So this way you can see for yourself. The routines is very important for the autistic person or your young child who has autism, or when they get older. They like their routines, they establish themselves, or new things that you want to bring forward. Sometimes we have to process what we want to bring, and sometimes you might want to do things maybe once in a while as something like a special thing. But that special thing might be part of your loved ones in everyday life, because it now becomes their part of their routine. So for them, it's not easy to do it once in a while. Now they will do it all the time. So that's something that you have to think about if you feel comfortable doing those things. You can have record voices or the stories. That can also be helpful. So it all depends. There are different books out there you could read about autism. There's Social Stories by Carol Gray. There's Dr. Temper Grandin, to hear about her stories and her struggles. And she's from before the 60s. And those are published authors. You got another published author also on the spectrum, Donna Williams. And bringing forward is just, and back in those times that we didn't know as much about autism like we do today. We can create our own stories. We could create how we want to do things in our lives. It could be for anything. It could be for Christmas, it could be for holidays, it could be an everyday experience. So these are all beautiful moments that you could take something that you enjoy. Your loved ones could be nonverbal, but if you give them a camera and you tell them step by step how to use the camera, you can see how beautiful shots they take and how it could tell their story. There was another story about an autistic, nonverbal adult, and he did spelling on a letter board that his parents learned in a lesson. And they asked him, "How can I help you?" Oh, and he typed out the word camera. It was just amazed them. And they bought him the camera, and the galleries everywhere is showcasing his work today. You could be nonverbal, you could be autistic who's deaf, you could be autistic who's blind, but there's other things that you can do with them and see where their gifts comes from and where they're strong with. Some autistic people are very good with numbers, and some are good with the performing arts or acting or to be on stage. Maybe they could be an amazing dancer. And sometimes they need support, because sometimes they cannot do that for themselves. But if you support them, you help them through the steps, how to get their work displayed in the galleries. And then that's how you work together as a parent and a child. So the routines, it's like anyone, is what you want to establish as a routine every day. My daughter is learning to tell time. She could recognize the numbers on a digital clock. And she will put her glasses on herself, that we taught her how to do. And that became a part of her morning routines every day. So simple things like that, it could be abstract for somebody else, but you could leave the glasses out so your loved ones can see, and they could pick it up and put it on themselves. Working together with my daughter's teachers, the art drummer, as she learns where she's feeling the different emotions, where it comes from. We're working on art together, we do painting, and we're making new art pieces. And right now my daughter's painting Santa Claus, we're painting the Christmas tree and the snowman on wood. And that's going to be onto the canvas board so we can hang that up. You can understand sign language, but sometimes to doing your hands could be an issue with fine motor skills. But there's also a visual they can understand themselves, and they know what it says. So you can say this is like time, and this is more, and then this is love, this is sorry, this is finish. You can say no more, please. This is breakfast time, lunch time, later. So all these are sign language. Sometimes they will work with you when they start to teach speech. This is my painting, Mountain Point. I painted for my personal photographs. and it's a beautiful sunset. I paint for my photographs. I've been painting for many years. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's very relaxing. I also paint abstract, and my new style of creativity, I create my own scenes. So there is something I like, I will take something and I will put it into a new landscape, and I will add things to it, or I do things differently to make it my own. And that's important, is to make something or paint something that is an original. So all my paint is an original. And to draw your own landscape, that is amazing. My painting's been shown in different art galleries, the libraries, and years ago, the banks and the doctor's office. They all showcase my work. I do college art shows, mother and daughter, and I showcase my daughter's artwork together, and she'll have her own walls, and I'll have my own space, and everybody can see the two different styles, on the autism spectrum. In April, it's going to be the Autism Awareness Month. A beautiful time to see the gifts, to see the art in autistic people, to see their strengths, and focusing on their goals. For our autism awareness is to look at it differently, is look how we could work together and with a different skill set and our acknowledgement and learning together. You just could bring different things through the world and something to look at in a new ways. I'm going to be having a art show in the beginning of July. We're going to have a reception. And that, you can't wait for that. That'll be definitely amazing. Come out and you can see me reading my poems. You can see my art hanging up in the galleries. You've been hearing other stories with people on the autism spectrum. A lot of them will start their own business. Some open up a coffee shop and hiring other people on the autism spectrum. And it brings smiles to their face to see what they would like to do in life. We could take walks, it's all different things you can do. Thank you for watching, and you know where to find me. Athena Autistic Artist College. Have a merry, merry, joyful, blissful Christmas.